Alright, so answers to the Q&A. I'm going to go ahead and go over the list of items that you guys have sent in. And hopefully this will be something that I can do maybe on like a weekly basis, a monthly basis, or however many times that I get questions. So question number 1 comes from Trevin McSenty. What was a shoe that got you into collecting? So this is the OG 11 Concord. And this is a sneaker that I've had as a sophomore in high school. I was 15 years old. This is the first sneaker that I purchased with my own money. And this also is my favorite Air Jordan. So when you have a first love like this, it's hard for it not to be your favorite sneaker. Alright, next question by Street Tate. Being a dead stock collector, what is the plans for your collection in like 20 to 30 years? So in 20 to 30 years, I will be about 50, 60 years old. Who knows, man? I don't know what the story will be in 20 to 30 years. I know my kids will be going to college and starting to like buy their own homes and get married and all that stuff. So, I see it as an investment. Who knows? Ultimately, I may just one day just sell it all and give the money all to them. Because by that time, I would have enjoyed my time with them and feel blessed to have a collection this deep. So CJ Sneakers asks, and he gave me 3 questions. How long have you been collecting? Why do you prefer all shoes to be dead stock? And since the collection is all DS, what shoes do you actually wear? So I've been a collector for about 22 years. I prefer all dead stock sneakers only because it's like art to me. It's an appreciation of the past, and when I pull it out and I take a look at it, it's as I remember when I first purchased it. Now, as I've noted in like previous videos and stuff, you guys know that I'll like pick up a double or a triple even, and I'm for sure as hell gonna wear the hell out of the triple. When it comes to doubles, it depends. Like if I see a market for it, I'll like sell it. Like you see the Air Jordan 1 up here, I still haven't like worn it. I still haven't laced it. So one reason being is that it's still brand new. It's something that I probably will like break out later, maybe in the summertime or in the fall or something like that. Otherwise, if it's like a sneaker that I haven't like worn in like a few years, probably something that I might sell. I don't know. It just depends, or I'll just like throw it in the collection. I'll forget all about it. And then sneakers that I actually wear. I actually made a beater collection video, and I'll put a link somewhere up here in the video and in the description. It's a beater collection video that I made because people were honestly asking like, what the hell do you wear if you just collect dead stock sneakers? So there's actually one sneaker that I'm currently working on, and you can see that like I've beat this up pretty bad, and it's the Air Max 1, the white and red joint. They just retro this last Saturday, so I was gonna do a video on this and how to restore it, but I've kind of just been updating my Instagram stories and just showing you like the process and everything. If you guys are interested in that, just look there. But yeah, so far I've just like glued the sole down and then stripped the paint on the midsole, cleaned it all up, and then today I'm probably gonna be gluing the upper or the midsole here, and then throwing the upper on, and then gonna be able to rock this again. But like other than that, I wear a lot of Roshis. I wear a lot of Air Max. I wear Air Jordan 3s, the black cements, the white cements, the Air Jordan 11s, the lows, the 1s. So there's a few sneakers that I tend to rock from day to day. So Mitchell Wise has a comment. I always ask questions on IG. Love your content. What is your process on buying from resellers? Keep up the good work. So Mitchell, thank you for your submission. I always appreciate when people come through and give me love and support on my channel and on my social media as well. So you ask what the process is with buying from resellers and whatnot. So as you guys know, I've kind of transitioned from buying the newer stuff and redirecting my focus into buying like the older stuff, or the stuff that I haven't like really obtained over the years. And so it's like not a long list. I have it on my phone. I can probably share that with you guys in a later video. Sometimes people will like approach me and ask me, hey, are you interested in the sneaker? Or like I'll even do like a search on Instagram or like a Facebook group or eBay, wherever people are like selling sneakers, StockX for one. And I'll like put in a bid, or I'll like ask more questions. I'll get more pictures, tag pictures. And I'm pretty good with like verifying whether something is legit or not, because I've seen it over the years. I've held on to them, and it's just something that like I want back in my collection. So a lot of the sneakers that I look for have like passed me by, or they've been in my collection. I've sold it and I want it back. It's kind of like buyer's remorse, you know what I mean? So then once I get in contact with the reseller, we talk price and I look up like market value and all that stuff. And like 9 times out of 10, I get the price that I want. Other times I really have to just pay just a little bit. But I know like eventually in the end, I'll find something cheaper or I'll find something on sale. And that'll kind of just diminish the gap that I have when it comes to overpaying for sneakers versus underpaying for sneakers or finding something for a steal. You know what I mean? Hey, so one of my cousins just replied to me, and by the way, this is Richard Crooks. Hey, what's up, cuz? Would you be down to go through your other collectibles such as your Jordan and basketball cards and other memorabilia? Dude, for sure. I'd love to do that one time. I'm not sure if I made a room tour here on YouTube, but I would be down to do that sometime. I've actually made like one of my earliest videos on YouTube was about my basketball card collection, and it's something that like I still don't know how to approach. Either I like go through things one by one, or I show you like my favorites or whatnot. Let me know what you want to see, because this is just an open forum for like all of you guys to just give me some more feedback and see what you guys want highlighted or showcased on the channel. So Jovan Ortiz asks, are you into cars? What is your favorite balling shoe of all time? So my favorite balling shoe of all time has to be the Air Jordan 20. Only because that was the introduction of the IPS system, which is independent podular system. And like the Air Jordan 20 was just an amazing shoe, man. The independent podular system, the IPS system. Each of these pods here on the sole have different densities of phylon. So wherever like the ball of your foot would probably be like the most heaviest. Basically, this was the best shoe. One thing I didn't like about the shoe though was the strap. I found that when I played with it back in the day, this was just something that just kind of bothered me just up by the shin area, because it comes up, your ankles are down here, it comes up and it kind of like hits like just below your shin. And it was just something that I just had like a mental note in the back of my head. It was like when I was playing, it's just, man, that bugged me. And I tried just doing the unstrap. I even tried like back in the day just doing it like this, but it kind of looks stupid, like rocking it on the court just like this. So it's not something that I do. But and then an upgrade from this was the Air Jordan 21. So the Air Jordan 21 was just another great shoe to have as far as like basketball is concerned. With the modified IPS system on the bottom, you can change out Nike Air on the bottom here to Zoom, but I preferred Zoom. It was something that like I enjoyed to play in. So this also had IPS in it with a different density phylon on the pods. So hopefully one day that Nike or Jordan brand will retro these shoes and just make them as awesome as they were back then. And then the first part of your question was, are you into cars? I'm not like super into cars. Like we used to soup up cars back in the day, like in the early 2000s, and we actually had, it's a funny story, we actually had a team called Team Autotronic. If you think about it, it's like electronics and cars. So we had like a bunch of lights and everything. We were like ravers and shit like that. So it was kind of funny, but like we would have music tuned to the bass of the whatever. But yeah, I'm not really like a car guy or whatever, but I just drive what like the manufacturers make. All right, so Air 305 asks, any update on the Airship? So the Airship petition that I created in November, right now we have 487 supporters, and we're reaching up to 500. Mentions of the petition have been on podcasts such as the Sneakerbox Podcast, and it's a podcast that I absolutely endorse. So if you guys are interested in a sneaker-related, sports-related podcast, I'll link it down in the description so you guys can check it out. But yeah, as far as like the petition is concerned, the Airship is a sneaker that I absolutely would love to have Nike retro someday. Again, as far as the petition is concerned, I'll link that down in the description so you guys can check it out. Hopefully you sign it. I'll also throw like a little link up here so you guys can check out exactly what the Airship petition is all about. So Rob Wallace asks, what's your occupation? So my occupation right now is just a freelancer. I freelance for Soul Collector, for Complex, and for Slang. And I also do my YouTube videos, so you guys can all check out my work. You can Google me if you want to, but I'm everywhere. So Dio Dominguez asks, how did you get into collecting sneakers and when did it happen? Did you play basketball or just watch it? Keep up the great content. So Dio, I was a basketball fan for the longest time. It started probably like in 5th grade, 6th grade. I was like 9 or 10 years old at the time. And you'd always hear about this person named Michael Jordan. So I was actually living in Chicago at the time. But it was before the Bulls had actually gone on their three-peats. So then I moved away from Chicago when I was about 10 or 11 and I came to California, and then the Bulls started winning their championships, and I was rooting for them ever since I moved out here to California. But it would have been really awesome if I was still over there and I was involved in the festivities at that time. But my parents never put me in like extracurricular activities like basketball or football. And it was stuff that I genuinely like enjoyed to play with my friends and everything. So we always did it recreationally. But what got me into collecting overall was basically my dad was getting lotto like every week, and we'd take trips to the liquor store and he'd get his lotto tickets. And at that time I was in the section of like the basketball card sections and the magazines and everything. So I looked through that, and I was into basketball already, and I picked up a few packs, broke them open, and I was just like in love. I fell in love. And then I started learning about it more, and I started picking up Beckett's. Yeah, so I started picking up like Beckett's and magazines and just stuff over the years that like I've kept. And and through like basketball card collecting and everything, they have the price guides and stuff. So these are what the Beckett's were for. And you just note like how much things were worth, how much value it is, how much you can get it for at the time. And it was like an investment, you know what I mean? But I never really traded the cards away for like money or anything. There would be some here and there off eBay, but you really can't make money off eBay selling basketball cards and everything unless it's like super high end, like a Michael Jordan rookie, which I still need in my collection. So, and just from there, it just transitioned into sneakers. It was flawless for me. And, just keeping things dead stock and, crisp and clean is how I remembered it. And that's pretty much how the transition went from card collecting into sneaker collecting. So I've just been like that ever since. All right, so Raul Dingle asks, mint 10-star 1984-85 Jordan rookie card or a DS OG Jordan 1 black and red? Low socks or high socks? Boxers or briefs? Alright, I'm going to go boxer briefs because that's what I rock with. That's too personal. As far as socks are concerned, I always go low. I wasn't really like a high sock person. Elliot Perry for one, not my style. And then a Jordan 1984 star rookie card or a DS OG Jordan 1 black and red. I don't have the basketball card in my collection, so I think I would do that. OG Jordan 1 black and red I have, but it's worn. But even though it's not dead stock, I still appreciate having an original in my collection. Alright, final question from Joshua Wangati. Have you ever got scammed? I'm new to collecting. I want to be careful for those people. How do you evaluate if someone is a scam or not? Alright Joshua, so number one, you always want to have awesome communication with the seller that you're dealing with. Number two, you need to make sure that the person has pictures on hand and hopefully they're tagged with like his username or his name. Number three, make sure those pictures are highly detailed. Everything that you're looking for in the pictures when it comes to like side angles, details, close-ups, inside tag, all of that stuff. As far as determining whether something is authentic or not, it's really up to the individual to have the knowledge to like be able to see authentic pairs versus something that may be fake. As far as like the new stuff is concerned, I really feel like uneasy about picking up newer stuff from individuals that are selling it like on a third party, like on Craigslist or anything like that. I always have to make sure I get detailed photos and photos that are tagged by them. And then when you decide to deal with the person in person, you want to make sure that before you leave your meeting that you inspect the shoes like all throughout and you walk away satisfied at what you purchased. But as far as me like getting scammed, there was one time where like I really didn't understand how like the online system worked, and this was super early in the 2000s. So with all of the transactions that I do with my sneakers, I save all of my receipts. So this is actually from 2003, and it is for the Air Jordan 11 Concord. And so I paid $212.50 for this pair, and this is early on in eBay. And basically, I contacted eBay and I filled out a report, and I was like, hey, look, I got scammed for some fakes. And I knew they were fakes as soon as I opened up the box. The pictures that he provided were great. They were authentic, but they were like, it was basically like a switcheroo, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, the person puts up authentic pictures of the shoes, but at the same time, like, they weren't tagged, so it was my bad. And this is basically like all the pictures that he provided here. So just like 2 pictures basically. So anyways, like, long story short, I filed a claim with eBay. I gave him my description of like what I received, like a form that you had to fill out and then just submit it and everything. And the way that PayPal ran back then only allowed $125 to be refunded back. So anyways, I got $125 back from the shoes, but I just still felt violated. You know what I mean? Like, it just... So I told myself, never again, I'm not going to be doing that type of thing ever again. I gotta make sure that I get pictures and everything else, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so that's it for now. Thank you guys for tuning in to my question and answer series. Maybe I'll do this like every week or once a month. Depends, like, if I get more like questions involved in, you know, what I do here on my channel. So if I didn't answer your questions here on YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, type it in and give you a comment that way. But otherwise, thank you guys for submitting your questions, your comments, your suggestions. If you guys have anything else that you guys want to see, as far as like maybe even this series is concerned, just let me know, drop it in the comments, and I'll probably continue it on and see where it goes. But again, it's MJO23Dan. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support. Hit me with a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Talk to you guys later. Take care.